complex. It is multifaceted, and that is what is expected of a sports complex, especially when you call it an Olympic sports complex. You can see everything that has to do with sports. All sports facilities, are embedded here, and inside there, when we went in, we witnessed a karate competition, and the complex where the competition is taking place is very colorful, fantastic, and excellent. um, you can call it the recent state of the art equipment found in there. I think it is fantastic. Absolutely, it is fantastic. Yep.
His compatriot at the football house was equally thrilled by this magnificent sports complex.
Yeah, I think in all fairness, we must understand. Of course, I like it. The environment is so good. I was excited when I got in here, but I must say that I am not surprised with what I've seen, because we must understand that Azerbaijan is a developed country, and therefore we must not even start comparing what we've seen in Azerbaijan and what we have in the Gambia. The Gambia is a developing country, and it is good to come and see what obtains here, and perhaps think about how to get that replicated in the Gambia. Of course, we've seen, you saw yourself, and we've seen all together, and it is an eye opener. We hope that we'll also have same facilities back home, because these are some of the things that really a nation will require to develop its sports, and football in particular, because there is no way that we can start thinking about winning the World Cup, winning the African Cup of Nations, if we don't have certain things in place, if we don't have certain equipment in place. This is one of the facilities that perhaps one needs to have in order to record certain achievements in terms of sports, in terms of football in particular. So I just want to say that, of course, I love the environment, I love the complex. We will see how best, as an FA, we will see how best we can also try, within our limits, to have at least a semblance of this, so that you know, we can ensure that we also have good sportsmen and women.
Yeah, like you said, it's not about comparing Azerbaijan with the Gambia, but it's an eye-opener, and also, this can serve as a good lesson for sports stakeholders back home.
Yeah, it's good that I must say that it's good that we've come with personnel of the TV, so that certain things that we see here could be shown, by GRTS, so that people can understand, recognize, and acknowledge the fact that football is indeed a very expensive venture, so that it will not be left alone on the shoulders of government, on the shoulders of the FA. It is very, very important. It is overwhelmingly important, for that matter, that everybody comes on board. It's very, very important. It's an expensive thing, and without the support of everybody, it will be difficult for us to develop football in our country.
Comparison apart, the Azerbaijan Olympic Complex is one important lesson learned during the Baby Scorpions short spell in their maiden appearance in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Sports infrastructure remains a major challenge for Gambian sports, but with the Ministry of Youth and Sports bent on restructuring Gambian sports, hopes of getting such an ultra-modern sports facility are high and might just be a matter of time. Momodes Jalo, Sports Tonight.
The long-standing uncertainty surrounding Gambian football is about to be over. This is because the chairman of the GFA Normalizing Committee is targeting the end of this month for the much-awaited Congress to either adopt or reject the GFA draft constitution. Alaji Obi Konate made the revelation in this interview with Sports Tonight's Momodo S. Jallo during the climax of a 5-day nationwide dialogue tour with regional football stakeholders.
What do you think is responsible for certain people, trying to oppose this document?
Well, that's human being. That's the person. I mean, somebody will just believe that because it has been brought forward by this group of people, I mean, really, why it must be supported? Yes, yes, yes. But if they look at the composition of the normalization committee, you have Omar Sy there, coming from the regions. You have Cherno Toure. You had Cherno Toure coming from the regions. You have Cherno Balde coming from the regions. You have Salifu Jaite coming from the regions. regions. You have again, you have Swim and Juve, understand, coming from the regions. So if only Obi Konate and Remy Joyner are from the KMC, do you think those five members, other members, will succumb to our pressure? No, because they are coming from where, I mean, help is needed. So really, for people to believe that, I mean, these people have come to manipulate us is wrong, very wrong. Those in the majority of people in the constitution, in the committee, in my committee, are all from the province and would want to see, I mean, football played in the provinces as it is played near Banjul. So really, I mean, you cannot understand why there's this, I mean, opposition, I mean, especially from those who are not affected.
Another of the talking point and the area that you have been buttressing more during the dialogue has been the restructuring of the leagues in expanding the first division to accommodate other clubs, especially from the region. We're getting some information from Banjul that there are confirmed reports that the first division league will be increased from 12 to 16. Yeah. Can you just buttress more on that?
Yes, we are contemplating increasing the league from 12 to 16. Again, this is part of our TOR, terms of reference, because when you say restructure the league, you need to, I mean, expand it and make other, I mean, hidden talent appear. I mean, if you look at the playing populace in the KMC, I mean, this is huge. You have very, I mean, very many clubs. I mean, who in the third division would try to compete to qualify to come to Division 2, but none of them will. All of them cannot become, I mean, members of that category, because there are many and there are a few to select from. So two teams in the past would be promoted to Division 2 and the rest will all disappear. So really what we are saying is we have 4 and we want to use, I mean, this opportunity. Though, I mean, the third divisions will be created in the regions when they have their structures okay, and the third division will be created in the regions, and they promote from third division to Division 2, and from Division 2 to Division 1. Now, what we want to do now to us, you know, I mean, signs of encouraging, I mean, the provinces, showing them that, look, we are not up to something sinister. Though you are not yet there, you have not been there, we believe that you don't have that structure. We will promote, nonetheless, we will ask 4 of the regions to bring forward a team maybe made of all the districts. It depends how they do it. It's theirs. I mean, but we will give them the chance to come up with 4 teams from the 4 regions, URR, CRR, NBD, and LRR. So if they're able to do that, those teams will play against the first division teams in the national association.
So those 4 positions to be added to the league would be reserved for the regions?
They'll be reserved for the regions. If they don't use it, then it will filter to other clubs, areas, yes.
When will this come into effect?
As soon as the fate of the document is decided. As soon as the fate of the decision is, the document, the constitution is decided. If adopted, we go straight onto that. And if